Hi, this is Anisha. Welcome to my channel Design O'Clock. As you know, we have been doing this really special series of ours in which we talk about the different design streams available in the market. We talk about all of those streams in detail, what exactly they are all about. We talk about the career options one might get if they are studying that particular stream from a college. We also talk about how sitting on your very bedroom, you yourself can understand whether a particular stream is the most suitable stream for you or not. So, while doing that series, we have covered quite a few, topics like fashion design, textile design, accessory design, and product design as well. If you haven't seen those episodes yet, go check it out in my channel. You will get all of those videos one by one. Okay, so today it is the turn for leather design. Now, leather design is a stream which is not a lot talked of in the Indian market. Okay, but it has quite a lot of reach in the foreign market, and you will get quite a lot of foreign colleges that provide this particular stream, and quite a lot of Indian colleges as well, if not like majority of the colleges, but quite a few, not very less. Okay, quite a few NIFT centers also provide leather design, and quite a few private colleges also give you that option of studying leather design. So first thing first is, what is leather design? What do you design in leather here? Like, what exactly are you taught to design in leather in this particular stream? So you actually try and understand what kind of leather you would be using to design what. Suppose you are given to design a particular shoe or a bag. So what kind of texture would you need? What kind of texture is asked for? Or what kind of color is expected of you would decide what kind of a leather would you choose. First thing first, the raw material leather, initially it started from one used to get the earliest form of leather from an animal. So it was basically an animal skin that they used to just rip the animal off, and then they used to make or process that skin to make leather, which was later used for making bags and shoes and belts and all sorts of things. Quite a lot of people also use leather as a part or entirely an apparel as well. Like leather jackets are available. People also use leather for making different accessories for a dress and all. So leather is used in quite a lot of places, and where it is used determines what kind of a leather would you be needing, what color, what texture. There are different kinds of colors and textures available. These days we also have moved quite ahead. We don't just rip animals off uh, and make leather out of it. We also try non-violent leather making procedures. We do have vegan leather that do not rip an animal off its skin. Rather, we in vegan leather we try making leather from plant-based sources where we do not harm animals anymore. So there are artificial leather as well. So there are quite a lot of varieties available that you can explore. So leather design is where you are taught to first of all deal with leather. So you need to understand the material as you go in the college. As you go with the stream ahead, you are made to handle the material first, and then when you know what are the kinds of tools for cutting, for pasting, for dyeing that leather. So there are different elements, different tools that they use to process and make the leather look very finished, with a very complete polished look. So you are made to understand how it behaves, if whether it tears when it is fold, or whether it cuts easily with a particular object, or whether it gets spoiled when you are bending it too much. So every kind of leather, with its thickness, with its texture, they behave differently. So when you go to college, you get to learn what kind of a leather behaves in what way, and that ultimately helps you to get the right kind of leather for your product. So when you are going with maybe a leather jacket, you think of a leather which is lot more flexible, lot more lightweight, and lot more durable for that reason, because you know that there will be different areas where it would be stitched and bent and creased as well. So that the leather can actually handle that wear and tear, it is chosen that way. So you choose that leather and then you design accordingly. The design process remains same, which is you take an inspiration, you look at the trends, you take an inspiration, what kind of leather texture is working these days, what kind of color is working these days, the shape and everything else. So you check out the trends, and then you work with your inspiration, you equate both of them, and then when you know that okay, the LHS and the RHS have matched properly, so you start sketching your initial idea. And after you have done sketching your initial idea, you become the customer. How? You question the design, that okay, if I am the customer, would I buy that design, would I like that design, would I like that color, that texture, that shape, would that be comfortable for me, would I like to take that to the place where I want to take it. Actually, maybe I want a handbag for a day trip. So the design that I have designed, the design that I have created rather, would I like to take that design, will there be any issue, what will happen if I want to tuck in little things, and what if I would be needing a zipper pocket or all sorts of things like that. So when I am thinking of a product, I will also have to look at it from a customer's perspective and not just a designer's perspective, because that way the design becomes foolproof, that okay, it is something that will be uh, lovable by people all around, not just designers, not just critics, but also customers who would be using it at the end of the day. So then you try changing your design according to the criticisms you get from different areas of thought. And after that, when the changes have been done, you finally showcase the design, writing down all its bits and parts and how it works, its texture and everything else, so that a third person, if he or she sees your design, they understand how exactly the design works. So that's pretty much about it. That's how a leather design process works. Now, how would you know if leather design is the right stream for you? Well, for that, again, everything is well understood if you are researching more about it. I always say that. Come on. So you will have to grab your little cute aesthetic diary. You need to research a bit more about the initial usages of leather and who were the most celebrated leather designers, how did they work, and what are the labels that deal with leather, what are they working on, what kind of leather are they working with, what are they creating, do you like any one of those works? If yes, then what exactly are the features that you are liking? So you write all of those things down in points, you collect images, you collect pictures, and maybe you stick it there, you create rough mini sketches for you to understand. If you do all of those things, you get a hang of researching, which helps a lot. Also, you understand if you are enjoying the process, because if you are enjoying the process, you will automatically like the stream, which is leather design. Also, there is something that needs to be highlighted over here, is about the material. Leather is an organic material, and it has got a smell. Okay, so you will also have to keep that thing in mind. If you are okay with handling something which is slightly smelly, then this is your stream. If it again ticks the other boxes as well, so that is also something that needs to be kept in mind. So that's pretty much about leather design. Again, for the career options, you can always go for bag design, you can go for belt and other leather things like purses, clutches, and leather accessories. It can be a hat, a cap, and anything basically that can be made out of leather, also like jackets, and also sometimes bottle covers and stuff like that as well. So there are different very very celebrated labels that deal with leather, and there are ample amount of opportunities for leather designers out there in the world. So you can definitely go for it if you want to. That's pretty much about leather design. Do check out all the details if you are interested about leather design. Do check all the details out, like I said, and you will know if it is the stream for you or not. Okay, so that's pretty much about it, about today's video. If you liked it, do like, share, and subscribe. Also, thank you so much. Bye bye.